Hello there, we're back with another episode of Wingspan. This time I remembered to plug in my microphone. That was this game where I forgot to plug it in. But anyways, I thought we could do a 5-player game. Looks like we're going second. That's nice, as we have a better chance of getting something from the bird tray or from the bird feeder. Or it depends on what yellow here selects. But as for the bird tray, a lot of these are actually cards I wouldn't mind picking up. The Korimako would be nice, just to be able to gain nectar. We might just be able to go for a tuck engine. Yeah, let's try and just gun for that type of build. I'm going to check golden pheasant, just because I can potentially transfer 3 food into 4 eggs. And then, yeah, we're more likely to get a bird that only eats worms compared to getting 2 birds in the forest. Let's see here. How do I want order card plays? I think I'm just going to go Common Chiffchaff right away. And I should have picked up a berry. That way I could have picked up the yellow-bellied sapsucker. That is a mistake on my end. Let's see here. Yellow-breasted nuthatch is also okay. I think for now we're just going to play the Chaffinch, and then we're just not going to use the tuck cards at all. Not till like maybe round 3 or round 4. Tree swallow is nice just because it's essentially a free point. It doesn't cost us anything at all. And then ideally, I'm going to try and get like a 3rd card I can either play in my wetlands or have like 4 cards in my hand that I can just play on during round 2. Okay. We'll play our Chaffinch. Let's see what yellow is up to. The Himalaya Monail is going to be great for us. Just anytime a player gives us extra resources, there's less time we have to dedicate to doing anything other than just building up our engine. Versus nuthatch, I don't care too much about purple's doing right now. And then red is currently taking their turn. What did red do? Ah, the Common Chaffinch. It's the weaker version of the Common Chiffchaff. And then looks like green drew even more birds. There we go. Second. Okay, I'm just going to get eggs going right away. Hopefully I can draw some cards. I will have to discard one, and hopefully that allows me to get the tree swallow. But let's see here. I have 13 turns left, and I want to play 4 of those cards. That leaves me 9 turns just between drawing, laying eggs, and then getting all the foods. We have to get eggs one more time, so that's 8 turns left. Let's see here. If we go 4 and 4, I think that could be decent. Essentially, for now, we are going to want to just draw as much as we can. We have to draw first just so we can discard something. I'm not playing anything in my forest anymore, so I'm just going to be dig. Let's see here. The condor is an interesting thing we can do. essentially how the Condor could work is we just play this for free. Doesn't cost any food, and that way we never have to discard any cards. I think that is a mistake, just because that is a turn where we are not gaining any progress towards our wetland engine. Raider Flamingo technically works. I am not excited about it. Personally, but it is a card. We also have the Himalaya Monail as well. I don't fault Yellow for giving us Wheat right now, just because they don't know I have a second card here that allows me to go for a Wetland Engine. I think for now I am going to pick this up just so no one else can. And again, we don't need to tuck anything right now. And yeah, we have 3 cards we can get rid of. Let's see, for food, assuming no one else takes anything, I'll probably gain... Okay. I was probably going to gain a rat and then hope for nectar, so that way I could use a 2-to-1 conversion for you. And then I'm probably gaining a nectar or a worm. I'd have to get very unlucky where that didn't work out. But for now, the plan is just reroll. Hopefully I get 2 nectar. I probably am not going to get full nectar points here. Okay, so everyone go worm. When we discard a card, we are probably going to want something with fish at some point in time. So I'll use a berry and then 2 wheat. Black skimmer, it's okay. It's not that much value. Mostly because we don't have any control over what the bird feeder is at. Here, just to pull up the stats. It's the same ability as the American Kestrel. Even at best dice, is like a half a point each time you roll. But it's more than likely going to be like there's 1 or 2 dice missing at the time, so it'll probably be like 0.16 of a point. Is this a good card? No, we do not want that. It doesn't give us any points. Is this a good card? Doesn't give us any points. If we had like something where we tuck 3 cards, like the Eurasian Coot, now this is better, as now we're getting more cards. I suppose for this we do need a card, so I'll play this last. Anyways, actually just play the Flamingo right away. But there's gotta be other people that have used the wetland already. You've used the wetland. You Greens used the wetland 3 times. And they have the rock pigeon. Okay, so that might save me a turn. They just have to use it twice before the end of round 2, realistically. But for now, any 1 food allows me to play the tree swallow right away. Hopefully yellow is friendly enough, but I don't think that's going to happen. Zebra Dove might also be useful, especially as the same player is giving everyone a wheat. Okay, it doesn't really matter too much where we put this. I think for now, I am just going to dig. Gray Catbird, amazing. Okay, so anything that can just draw a ton of cards is something we want. Just because if we have both of these be like draw 2, that could turn into direct points. Even if we have to discard at the end of our turn, we'll just have wasted it. On here, we can tuck 3 cards. We don't want you, you, or you. We'll dig some more. Yeah, something like the black turn is still good here. just because it's an extra card, which could turn into an extra point. Let's see. I'm going to see what the white-faced heron is worth. Well, white-faced heron. There we go. Okay. White-faced heron isn't that bad. Expected value of 0.8. With 11 turns, that's going to be about an extra 8-point card, so realistically playing this would be 14 points. Again, Snow Egret, not that good. So right now, it's just, is food good to go for? Nope. We are just going to draw more cards. And then gain the extra 3. Turkey Vulture might be worthwhile. Not good, not good. Gray Teal, still not that good. At this point, I think we're kind of getting ahead, so I'm fine with ducking cards. And then, yeah, I'm going to look up what the Gray Teal is like. Gray Teal. Huh. I don't think it's actually on the sheet. Okay, realistically, the Great Teal, I think, is going to be something like hits 80% of the time, is my guess. Surprisingly, we got second place. Unfortunately, that still averages out to 0 shared. Okay. Food. Gain the nectar. Actually, let's circle back. Is the Turkey Vulture worth it? So we are going to count how many predator birds there are. That is not going to trigger it. It's an end of round ability. So this is horrible. Okay. So we want to spend things with wheat, spend things with berries, spend things with worms. Let's see here. If I could play you right away, that would be ideal. So here, yes, cat bird, and then like 2 bird cards that drew me 2 cards would be amazing. I'd be able to draw 8 cards and then tuck a bunch of them. But realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. Still, something like the black turn is still going to be nice. But yes, this is a direct point. Say no, Crane. No, don't go for it. It's tempting, but unless someone is giving you a wheat every turn, it's not worth it. Yeah, so I think for now I just have to go for the hard choice. Here, Ray, Catbird. I just need to keep looking at you. Hopefully y'all is kind enough where they give us some food. Here with 5 players, the goose isn't that horrible. You can just give the card to the player that either has more cards than they know what to do with, or that just really needs help as they're that far behind in the game. There we go. The extra wheat is a boon. And yes, the extra cards. Let's see here. Don't need you. So we have worm, we have a nectar. We can spend the fish on you, so we just need any one food. Make things awkward then for our opponent. Normally, I recommend just leaving fish and rats in here when able, or take up the worm or wheat if you're going to take one of the other. Just so your opponents have less options. Okay, that's going to be play the gray catbird. Ring build goal is another good thing for our engine. Let's see here. Is it worth more points? It might not. Let's see here. Catbird for sure, just because it could potentially turn into the tree swallow for a guaranteed point, or if anyone ever gets 2 cards, I could target the flamingo instead. There we go. Or eggs are covered for the entire game. I'm just going to play catbird. I'm going to spend wheat. And go. Okay. Ring build goal is slightly better. It is a guaranteed point, but I also get a card as well in exchange. So let's, for example, say we have the black turn here. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Catbird would have to target Tree Swallow for 6 points. Tree Swallow activates for 7. Flamingo is going to be constant. And then I discard 5 cards. And that's the entire run. And then if I have any extra cards left over, that doesn't help. If... let's see here, no food available. Okay, so 5 cards total. If I go with ring belly goal, I gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. Lucky, I think it actually might be the same. This is at least more consistent, though. Here, if someone like has like a canvas back, for example, I can at least discard the extra card using Common Chiffchaff. Okay. Here, if we need to check what everyone's wetland education is, pretty swallow it is. Don't need the fish crow. Heron. Need Rosing Starling. Yeah, I would have wanted this earlier. It's a little late for it now. We're not getting that many extra cards. Birdie Shelduck, and then yeah, here's just rid of the cards we don't need. I am going to give this one extra look. We have the eggs already. We have food spare, just in case we get something that's more valuable. Realistically, we just need something that is worth more than 1 point. And yeah, this is why we use a sheet. Ooh, dice roll. Hopefully it's a nectar. Hey, poggers. Okay. I believe it's our turn. So we're going to look at a little probability sheet real quick. So the Force Owlet has functionally the same ability as the Purple Heron. If we go down and look at the 3 column, the expected value for running this card is 1.2 points. that is greater than the 1 point we get from the goal or the 1 point we get from the black turn. Meaning we probably want this just because that 0.2 points for 11 turns is going to turn into 2 extra points. Although, let's see here. Now that I do this, someone's probably is going to yell at me for the lack of score I'm getting. No, it should roughly equal out, though. At this point, it doesn't really matter what I draw. The other nice thing about the black heron is, not black heron, purple heron, is I can also am catching food, specifically fish. So if someone gives me the bonus card where I have to catch a certain number of fish to get bonus points, the purple heron will take care of that for me. But yeah, right now I have a pretty strong wetland engine, and because of my turn order placement, next round I go last, which means I have a greater chance of the greater flamingo being able to start tucking cards for me. So yeah, overall, I think we have won this game. I do not want to discard a wheat. I want to discard a wheat for an egg. Just because eggs are worth 1 point. Yeah, I also have a decent chance of getting food and personal supply because my food from here is only going up. And then I'm also probably getting tied for first place here. There are cards that allow you to get up to 6 right away, just because it counts for double for the end round. One of them is a goose, which I tucked underneath one of my cards. So that is going to make it harder for the opponent to be able to do anything. Anyways, going into the end of this, I'll take food. Let's make it harder. I didn't want to pick the rat just so it's harder for people to get food. Purple, I'm not scared of. They do have 2 cards that give me extra cards, so I can get a 5th card tuck using my Common Chiffchaff. The Red Avident, I'm never getting targeted with. Same with their goal. 18 or 16 more egg slots is more eggs than I can lay, assuming I lay 1 at the end of each round. Oh yeah, Olguin's goal doesn't do anything. Yeah, the Grubby is something I would have wanted even more than the purple heron. So I'm not getting targeted with the mantra duck. Last place here. And then, yeah. So, realistically, the goal here now is we're going to draw cards. We're going to look at the bird tray first, see if there's anything that people might want. The Eastern Whipbird is something people probably want to grab. The Red-Eyed Vero, just be able to play a lot. Same with the Red Waterbird. I think all of these are too friendly. We'll just draw all of them. Hey, extra food. Here, we never want to take the nectar option. Just because we have nothing to spend it on. And then we want it for the end of round goal. And hey, we might draw a bird that's like an insane amount of points. I don't think it's too good. Mostly because realistically we are gaining 1.2, 3.4. Catbirds start getting the purple heron almost always. There's 3.4, 4.4. You are variable. And then 8.4 points a turn. Yeah, something like the Eastern Imperial Eagle, I believe it's what it's called. Wouldn't it be any good? Again, just make things awkward. Heron, tuckfish when able. And then, yeah, even if you fail, the expected value that you'll get is, still, what is it? 1.2 points. Once again, when you do hit, you get 3 points in one go. And then here, this is now a 9.4 engine, just because the Greater Flamingo is now triggering each time. And yeah. From here, we kind of have largely won the game. There's not much we can do to lose. Obviously, just make the game harder for the opponents. Unsure why I go there. Yeah, I suppose for now, what we can do for the rest of the video, look at what our opponents are doing, and then just identify what cards they want. Just lay an egg. It doesn't really matter where you lay an egg. Here's not a lot of forest cards. There was 1, 2, 3 cards that would trigger for the little nectar card that's in the bird tray, so we need to take care of that. And looks like Yellow has a lot of bonus cards. Pick those again. Choose outside. Unsad. Okay, 3 cards. Just tuck. Draw a card. I really wish Red would draw even more cards. And then what I like to do with stuff like the Common Chiffchaff or the Eurasian Nutcrackers, I like to start from the left and go to the right. That way it's easier to see the total amount of cards you've tucked over time. Granted, with things like the Greater Flamingo or the Tree Swallow, that's harder to tell. But at least with the current way we do it, we can count the amount of cards we have on the purple heron to see how many times we're able to tuck 5 cards at once. Okay, Black-Heeled Gull. I don't think it's too good. Common Meager. We kind of can control the bird tray right now, as we get to choose any 2 bird trays. Or dice in the bird tray. Petrol is a little late. And then you could potentially be worth... It's also 6 points as well, so I'll grab it. And again, deny nectar whenever possible. Here, we're just going to make it so it's harder for the opponent to grab things. But I am going to leave 1, so it is a gamble on if the opponent gains nectar or not. Don't skip, so I want to tuck our cards. One downside to purple having this is they would be giving away cards, and that makes it harder for us to A, get 5 cards, and B, makes it less likely for someone to draw 2 cards during each round. Okay. I thought the Red Avenant was in their prairie for a second, but it's not. The other thing is, looks like each opponent has like 4 cards, and almost all of them have an alternate way to gain cards as well. Here, the Mandarin Duck is probably giving the rest of the cards 14 wants. Here, Red just has a ton. They might draw one at, like, the last turn. That way they deny me some extra points. Here, just make it so if someone wants swarms, they can only gain 1 guaranteed. Unfortunately, we lost twice. Oh, Common Nightingale. I would actually like someone to... Actually, no. Early on, I would have liked someone to have it Right now, I don't because I don't gain anything from food. Surprisingly, we are not too competitive for food right now. Well, we'll give it 2 rounds, see if people play more birds. Which realistically they have to do to catch up. That extra wheat doesn't do us too much unless people start to spend it. Actually, I should have took the 2 dice and then re-rolled and just take the nectar afterwards. Small blunder for me. And tuck. Here didn't matter what our bonus card was because the other one was different nest types in the forest where we have none. There is one tuck a card or draw a card that only takes worms that can be played in the wetlands. So I could have hit that potentially with Food Web Expert, but in the end it wasn't needed. Bay of Weaver, that's also great for these tuck strategies just because now you don't have to play something like the golden pheasant to lay your eggs or rely on like a rock pigeon to give you the other 2 eggs you need. And it also is like 3 points each time you run it. Right now the Common Chiffchaff is 4, so it's pretty up there with the power. There you go, Purple Martin. That is a card we would have wanted instead of the Tree Swallow. Here, I'm going to correct my mistake from last time. Then we are forced to reroll. And, yeah, I don't think they want to play wetland cards, so I will leave fish available. Also weakens Golden Eagle. There we go, as predicted. Red waited till the last turn before using their thing. I guess if I had checked that, I would have targeted the greater flamingo instead of the purple heron. Just because this is 1.2 points on average. This is 2 points guaranteed. So that would make that the smarter choice. We are 2nd place for nectar right now. Pretty happy about that. Get 2nd place for food. That's also, it's nice. Normally with these types of strategies, you're not getting a lot of end of round goals. In fact, I would expect to get 0 points for each of these. The fact that we got 2nd place and we're likely to get 1st place or tie for 1st place is beyond expectations. Goldcrest, it's a little late for opponents. It's a good early bird, especially if you have something that can draw you extra cards. Indigo Bunting, it's a nice mid-game or early game bird, just as it gives you extra food. Woodpecker, I never really liked, doesn't do you much for a 3 food cost. But none of these are late game birds, so I'm fine with letting the opponents just have them. And here, again, make it a gamble for the opponent. Tuck. Draw. Sad. So this is an 8.4 point engine, which is kind of hard for the opponents to keep up with. In order for them to surpass this, they would have to be gaining 8.4 points on average each turn. So something like even playing a green pheasant, they have to pay eggs, which makes this weaker. And yeah, it doesn't even reach close to those amount of points. And they're also competing amongst themselves for nectar points as well. Here we're just splitting 1 nectar. I expect red to beat me in wetlands. Yeah, they can probably spend a card here. Don't know what they want. Could be unique nest types. That is one option. I didn't see if it was ascending score or not. Donley's Eagle, just because of how our cards are laid out, is not worth it. It's impossible for someone to have 2 cards. So the banana eagle is a 11-point play on its own, but the problem is for us to get the 11 points, we have to choose not to gain points from the Chiffchaff, which makes it only 8. I don't even think it's a force bird either, if I remember, so we'd have to also give up eggs. Regardless, it's still worth less points than just running this engine. Let's see here. 217. Nope, it's not ascending score. Yeah, I think it's just value for red. That's what they want. Oh, green might have it, though, where they want unique nests. I guess I should have refreshed the bird tray while I had the chance. Yeah, that is at least the nice thing about the wetland engine, is you can make all of these tiny blunders and you're still likely to win. Just because this chaffinch, that was worth over 20 points. Just looking between these two cards. The greater flamingo, that was worth like 20. The purple heron, that's another 20-point card. Yeah, I'll give up a wheat for an egg because that's an additional point. All these birds are good early game, not late game. Again, just reset the bird feeder. There we go, take away nectar and make it so they have to take rats. Hey, red was nice. We can now gain some points. I don't think they're going to go for it twice. I don't think we're getting another card tucked under the purple heron, but I mean, just the amount of value we're getting from the Common Chiffchaff is just amazing. Surprisingly, we're also a 4-way tie for second place in nectar. It doesn't do us any good. A third place tie would still give 0 points to everyone. I think right now, not any just either. Oh, I don't quite know. Oh, I think yellow probably has it where they have ascending wingspans in there. Yeah, I'll tuck a worm. But yeah, I think yellow has it where they want ascending wingspans. Use 2. Like so, not any one food type is popular. Wait. Over you. Unlucky. Oh well. Tuck a card, draw a card, and tuck 4 cards. Again, doesn't matter what if purple draws, it then draws again. We can't target it with purple flamingo. We just don't have the right turn order for that. Yeah. I think red already has it where they have ascending wingspans. Could also be decreasing wingspans for the prairie as well. That's an option. This might be an egg-related bird or end-of-round goal. Push towards refreshing the bird feeder. No, I want worms in case I have to tuck worms for points. Cash worms. Okay. That Song Sparrow, in my opinion, is a lot better than the Beerix Worm, despite being worth less points and having the same ability. Just because this has a cheaper cost, so you can use it earlier, and it's really just an early game bird. 30 Kingfisher. This is okay. It's not worth that many points. Okay, score some more. Fresh, take away the nectar. again, our main point there is just to... Okay, surprisingly, y'all drew twice. But yeah, the main point is just to take away from the opponent's opportunities to gain nectar. That way we gain a nectar point from wetlands. Okay, and that is the entire game. Purple still has to do their stuff, and then we have to wait for the end of round goals between everyone. You all had a Blackbird. That's another great card that I just love for these tuck strategies. Just because you just get eggs. You're probably doing 6 draws in your first 11 turns, so you just get all of the eggs you need. Which saves you... Essentially, it saves you 3 turns from drawing eggs here. Let's see here. Setting point. One, two... I'm curious, how many eggs are you cheated out right now? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, the meatfowl is there's worth 4 less eggs. Yeah, I suppose this person really didn't want to run their prairie that often. Still getting 5 cards in the wetland is pretty good. Okay. Pretty sure we were able to get 1 point here. Yeah. 0 points. Yep. Split 1 point. Okay. So yeah, how this scoring is going to go, we're going to be very weak. And then when it gets to the nectar over here, we're just going to shoot past everyone. I also expect people to go very far with eggs as well. Yeah, 3 people with 30 points on eggs, that's a lot. Luckily, cash food alone beats that. Yep, I just keep on getting more and more points. At this point, even if someone gets 15 points in nectar, they cannot possibly beat me. So yeah, 163 point game. There's a reason why the Common Chiffchaff can be very scary, just because that's a 4-point bird, and the only support I need is just to get to this last thing. The rest can be other point generators. Purple heron is also very good just because it's 1.2 points instead of 1 or like 0.8. So it's not that scary. It's realistically a 0.4 difference, which is going to average out to be 4.4 points on average when you run this for the entirety of rounds 3 and 4. So it's not that much better compared to other birds, but it's still something to keep in mind. Tree swallow. Yeah, it's a pretty average bird. It's just 1 point and then also gives you a card so you can use it for a tuck thing. Really with these types of engines that you want to keep in mind is you want repeat powers near the end, or at least before you end everything with just raw tucks with nothing in return. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe you might have learned something. I wish you guys have a nice day, and take care. Actually, wait. Before we go, I do want to see what the bonus cards are. Tucked cards? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other one was cavity nests. Okay, so my guess was incorrect here. Omnivore. I forgot that card existed. Yeah, this I expected was something egg-related. Large birds, and also egg-related, so yeah. Yeah, breeding manager I just think is a little hard to do. Just because you need the bird cards, you need to have something that can lay all of the eggs. And then getting 4 nest types or a nest type that can lay 4 eggs is kind of hard. Here, bird cards in your hand at the end of the game. That makes sense why you had here, but why you didn't want to use it as often. Behavioralist. This can be a tricky card to play. I think I might have recorded one episode like this in the past before I made this channel. But yeah, it's tricky. It is doable. You can't get 9 points on here. Somewhat okay-ish. It really depends on your starting hand. And enclosure builder. I suppose I should have been looking at nest types when I was trying to figure out what bonus cards each opponent had. But yeah. Anyways, now I'll end the video here. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're feeling very fancy, and have a nice day. Take care.